On this. So the meeting between Wang Yi and Vladimir Putin seemed to bare what this close relationship really is between Beijing and Moscow. It seems pretty close and getting closer by the day.
Absolutely. In fact, China's top diplomat Wang Yi told Vladimir Putin that the China-Russia relationship is resilient and rock solid as he wrapped up his visit to Moscow. While there, he met with the Russian president. He met with the Russian foreign minister, as well as the head of the Security Council. And it's believed that this visit is setting the stage for a meeting between Xi Jinping, the Chinese leader, and Vladimir Putin, with that Wall Street Journal report saying that such a meeting is due to take place in either April or May. But on Wednesday, Vladimir Putin said that the relationship between China and Russia, in front of Wang Yi, he made these comments, are reaching new milestones. And Wang Yi, he doubled down on the relationship as well. In his opening remarks during his meeting with Vladimir Putin, let's bring up the statement. This is what China's top diplomat said. He said, quote, China-Russia relations stand the test of changes in the international climate. It is mature, resilient, and rock solid. And of course, this visit has been under intense scrutiny. On Wednesday, we heard from the Pentagon, and the Pentagon is now warning of consequences if China goes ahead and provides lethal support to Russia and its ongoing war in Ukraine. Now, China has pushed back multiple times on that allegation, but since the beginning of Russia's invasion of Ukraine, we've seen both sides edge ever closely together. We've seen it happen economically with China buying energy from the Russians. We've seen it happen militarily with large-scale military drills taking place, in fact, one this week. And of course, politically, as China refuses to condemn the Russian invasion as we near the one-year anniversary. Back to you, John.
We have this report from the Wall Street Journal that the Biden administration is looking at the release of intelligence on this potential arms transfer from China to Russia. If that was to go ahead, what are the consequences here for China?
You know, it's interesting because that would certainly be violating or crossing the red line that the Biden administration has laid out in front of China. But the consequences are still not clear. We've heard earlier from the U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken and then overnight from the Pentagon, both warning of consequences if China provides material support or lethal support to Russia. But what those consequences would look like, we're still awaiting clarity on that. We know up to now that China has been very careful with its actions to avoid anything that would trigger secondary sanctions. Of course, that is something that China cannot afford at the moment. Its economy still hammered from 3 years of that zero COVID policy, John.
Kristie Lu Stout, live for us there in Hong Kong. Thank you as always.